Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you here on an overcast day in Hollandale Beach. A happy Kentucky Derby day to everybody. Boy, I got here a little earlier. Silks was rocking and rolling already. Going to be a big crowd here on a good 11-race double turf stakes card at Gulfstream Park.
Yeah, very fun day. You got to love the Kentucky Derby Day. It's so much fun. People who don't even come to the track typically come to the track on Derby Day, or you get the texts from people that you haven't heard from since this time last year. Hey, who do you like in the Derby? I've gotten about 3 of them today.
Yep, no doubt. And she said it perfectly. Stokes, like we said, is already bustling with activity. It's just so fun. As you said, everybody comes out. We've got a good, solid card today. Don't forget mandatory Rainbow Six tomorrow, but today your estimated jackpot, $350,000, the 11-race card. We'll basically belly you right up to Derby 151, which I think is a shade before 7 o'clock, and our last race will be about 6:20-ish probably in the p.m., so we'll kind of take you right up there. Stick around. There'll be a lot of fun watch party, and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, Carousel's sold out.
Carousel is sold out, and 10 Palms and Christine Lee's, everything's rocking and rolling. So a lot of fun. Let's just get into it. We've got a lot to go over today, too. So, let's do it. Early pick 5 for me. I lost one top pick in this sequence, so I added a horse or two just to get it up a little bit higher. $18, you can see. In race number 2, the top pick is the 4, in other words. That's the race where I added the 10 in there just as a little buffer and a little alternative. Race number 3, the top pick, I lose and scratch into the 1, Santal. Race 4, the 3, Starlight Luna at a price. And race 5 is my best bet of the day. And that's another reason why this is a little tight, and that is the 7, Julie's Legacy, on a drop there. Let's get back to the opener. We're 6 furlongs on a fast main track right now. These are 12-5 maiden claimers, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. We do have a scratch of the 2, Iron Shield, who I think was definitely a player, but we're right in a row here. 6-5 to the hoop. Chancelicious off the claim for Amador Sanchez. Good to see Amador get a win the other day.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, sorry, I was on Sunday for a second. I was like, Iron Shield. Okay,
yeah.
Chancelicious, like you said, the barn got a win. It seems to things are picking up now for this horse, for this barn now. Blinkers go on. It is what it is. He's got a little bit of the H word in him. To me, I don't think it really makes a big difference. But I like the fact that he's back to the dirt. That was his best race.
It was. It was on debut for Wesley Ward, beating a neck. The blinkers now today. He's also back to 1 turn today, which I think is significant. The tote board was weird yesterday. Follow that along.
It was the other day, too, the day before,
very odd, some of the horses they were betting yesterday. But area code 501. Now, it's pointless to talk odds with 52 minutes to post, but to me, he's clearly the horse to beat, back where he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I could not agree more.
Powder pop off the claim here. Race number 2, early pick 4. I'll send that out a little bit later on. These are $8,000 2 L's. We're 5 on the Tapeta. Fillies and mares, 3 and up, which have never again won 2 races. A clean 10-pack here. You are, I don't have the 9 anywhere. And Grand Golden Road for Carlos David. We're going to try Tapeta today for the first time.
I think this is my long shot.
Okay.
All right. This horse here, I think that it's not a bad thing to be trying something new. These are sneaky connections. This is a little bit of a stab here, but to be honest, the rest of the field, I don't particularly trust. This is a 3-year-old facing older. I'm still just not a huge fan of that yet. It's still just kind of a tough time of year, but this is a good post position too.
It is. This is a good Tapeta barn, 27%.
Yep.
My worry here, and I hope you get this kind of price, because in 2 starts off the claim, has she beaten a horse? She's beaten 2 horses.
Yeah, not too good.
No, and they haven't bet her either. So this has not worked out. Maybe the Tapeta, like you always like to say, that could be the biggest race. I have nothing clever, though, so you're allowed to look outside the box because the 4, in other words, is, to me, pretty clearly the horse to beat.
Yeah, she really is. And maybe I'm a little bit hard on her, but she's coming back quick, Brian. And, again, she is a 3-year-old. 3-year-old fillies, I know this is Antonio's MO here, and we have a stat we'll just throw up really quickly of Antonio Sano here that I just It's not. I know this is a big drop, and look at this Stat Boy hash out, 7 for 47, 15%. Pretty good.
It's not bad at all,
no,
actually.
but I don't know. This has always been a pretty light filly to me, and I don't know. I wonder how she'll handle the quick turnaround.
The only thing I'll add is that she did run against older horses last time. She did.
That's key.
Yeah. Spicy Guacamole's off the claim away from Barboza now, and that was the worry to me, but she makes sense.
Yeah, she does. She's consistent, if nothing else.
Windrush, I don't know where it came from, but if Windrush runs the race back behind Spicy Guacamole, she's in the mix at a square price.
Yeah, well, that's what they thought about her 2 starts back, and then look at the bomb she dropped in. So I don't know what to do with her.
No, she just consistency is a big problem for her. Race number 3, 5.5 furlongs here at 17.5 maiden claimer. Just the 3-year-olds go at it. Big scratch of the 2. How about it? That was the one I had on top. It kicks off the ever popular middle pick 5. Samantha's got that ticket. We'll take a look at it now.
I do, and I lost. There's very few scratches, but I lost 2 top picks in the scratches, and this was one of those races. Race 4. Just apocalyptic on top for me. Race number 5, I do have Smart Ginny. Oh no, Smart Ginny is my long shot.
Oh, okay.
And I was gonna, we're gonna have some words about this race in a second. Race 6, the 3 Sticky McStickins. This is my best bet. I'm finally on this horse here. And in race 7, the 2 Spirited Boss. The 3, pardon me, Starship Impulsive I have on top.
Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to go back to that horse.
I did.
I think she's interesting in there and try to get loose again. I used her for sure. Let's get back to it now. I lost the 2 on top. How about it? You as well?
Yeah, I was going to single this horse. Pardon me, just looked really good in this spot, going back to Tapeta, but now the 7, try to make sense. It's a son of Goldenson's first-time starter in the outside post position. You get weight with Mika Husbands. Is it just a sin job?
Probably so. A homebred, so you don't have to really worry about debuting for a lower number. Yeah, it's Safi, it's Mika. Like you said, you get a weight break here. I mean, check the tote board. This horse is supposed to be favored / co-favored with the 1 who I scratch into, Santal. Santal's this is going to be interesting now because she fell on the lead routing last time. Well, that's not going to cut it here from a tricky post.
Yeah, like you said, it is a tricky post. Now, watch the Tapeta. That's what I suggest in these early races because we got some rain. It's a little bit cooler. It could change the trajectory.
I forgot. I found a work would try to make sense, so we can pull it up.
Yeah, let's pull it up.
Yeah, you can talk about it. It was good to see that we were able to get at least a little AM activity from her. She's on the outside here. City Minute, who's I don't think any great shakes is on the inside.
No, and you can see that he is not very big in size at all, and he kind of travels just a little bit with his head just kind of to the side a little. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing special about this horse. To me, you look at his knee action, and it's super high knee. He doesn't really stride out too much. He's very kind of small, so he suits the Tapeta profile.
Right. Okay. And just again, tote board on a horse like this got to be bet. If not, very negative sign. Let's go now to the ever popular middle pick 4 and the TT pick 3 in race number 4. Another 17.5 maiden claimer. This time on the turf. Rails out at 66 feet here for 3-year-old fillies only. Let's we'll start with Ronnie's ever popular middle pick 4, and then we'll segue to that TT pick 3. Ronnie's on a $32 ticket. You can see the single in race 5, and that is Chaina off the claim for Safi Joseph Jr. back on the main track, and then he's 4x4 to get out of it. Take a look at the TT pick 3 for Samantha now, and that's a $3 base wager and a 15% takeout. There we go.
Includes the 2 stakes races. For the umpteenth million time, I'm using Forged Steel as my anchor. I think that the rails being at 66 feet today, Forged Steel is, I'm not going to get cute here. This is the class of the race. He's never faced a field like this before. We'll watch the replay. But this is for me.
I think the significant thing with him is that he finally ran well without Lasix last time.
Agreed.
We'll talk about it a little bit later on, that stakes feature to end the card. Let's get back into the opening leg, though, here. And you are on, we got the replay of Apocalyptic. You can show it at 19-10 last time. Was a solid enough second.
Yeah, it really was. Cue the Music was a price that day that won. This horse was sitting in a good spot, Apocalyptic was, and they bet this horse. Now, I think a lot of that is IRAD money, but also Kit Sweezy had a very solid year in championship meets. So they were betting those horses as well. And honestly, I think that this horse finally she found her friends at this lower level claiming tag here. This is as low as you can go on the turf here. Honestly, I can't nitpick this because it was everything. She did everything right except win.
Right, exactly. It was a painfully slow race, but she's still a player in here, you know, and she's got a good running style to be close, but when Gulfstream Mary D goes, as she always does, and then tires late, she's going to take over and make first run. I just don't like the favorites at all, so I took a stab with Starship Luna. I didn't think she ran poorly at 38-1.
No.
2 starts back, breaking from the outside draw. She's still going to offer value today. Her form, she kept her form on Tapeta last time for Joe Catnice. I tried to get him home yesterday with a price. It didn't work. We'll try it again here. You got her in the mix.
Yeah, this horse is a major player.
Yeah, and Antonio with not one less. She's a nibbler. She's a check casher. 12 starts, 8 underneath finishes, but she did run against older horses last time.
She ran against older horses, 10 days rest. Now she's back with like 13 days rest maybe. So
Antonio runs
That's
him.
it. No, that's it. That's exactly it.
You got to like him. One more now before the break here. Race number 5. We're at 6 furlongs on a fast main track. We're going to knock on wood, hope the rain holds off here. Fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Take note of that. 4-year-olds and up. In a starter optional claimer. Kutubia is starting to turn into DiRegresso a little bit. She's scratching out here. Well, remains to be seen when we will see her. You are on Smart Jenny. What do you got going on here? It's a huge rise for this horse. Come on.
Okay, yes, but so this is my question to you. And again, I'm not an odds maker, so I'm not going to play that game. But Smart Jenny won, blasted $8,000 claimers last time. She's 6-1, but Defended is 10-1 and has won at this level 2 starts in a row. Why is she a longer price than
Defended?
Smart Jenny?
She was just dreadful last time. That's all.
So it's just a reason. I just was curious because I thought for sure. I was kind of shocked. I was looking to find a long shot this day, and I know you were touring with Pearl Jam, so I just tried. I was left unattended and picked
what
this.
What a frightening scenario!
It's a terrible, it's a terribly frightening one.
Oh boy!
Yeah, but we're gonna get some weight off with Elijah Greenidge. Again, this is a jockey that did some really good work here before breaking his hand. So there you have it.
Listen, I'm not going to fight you on it. She ran huge last time. You know, I would have been 4th in that race if I was in it, though. That's how weak that group was.
That's true. So. Well, I'm not. If she's anything less than 6-1, I'm not. She's not a long shot to me.
Yeah, you got a big scratch with Kutubia as well, so everybody's coming down a little bit.
Right.
You know, Defended. I don't know. She did run well 2 starts back. Last time she was nowhere as well. Here's the problem. The elephant in the room is Julie's legacy. I mean, she lays over this field.
Yeah, if she's on her game, then she's good. Yeah. But is she?
No, I get that.
I'm not sure.
You know, she won last time. It just happened that she met a horse that freaked. That's all.
That horse, that was the 3rd win in a row, 4th win in a row for Pleasant Embrace?
She ran a winning race. She just didn't do it. Let's show you St. Olaf Rose. Kudos to Frank Regalabuto for getting her back. And, you know, off the claim, 2 starts away from Safi, and she was good last time.
Well, a poster child of like Tapeta. This horse doesn't transfer over to the Tapeta.
Right.
And you could even say, well, why? She breezed so fast on the Tapeta before her, right after her work. But hey, some horses just breeze fast across it, and they don't finish the job. So this is a perfect example. She got back to the dirt course and just aired.
Yeah, and she fits with this group.
Big time.
It was at the level. She fits with this group. And this is why we're talking about more and more horses that are better than Smart Jenny, and they're better than Defended. So that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Okay, that's fair.
You know, Chaina is, I don't want to beat a horse up that's going for her 4th win in a row, but the dirt races, she's 2 for 2 on the main track. I wouldn't want too short of a number on her.
No, I wouldn't either, because you see a lot of time with these lower level claimers that they can tail off quickly. As quickly as they get into form, they tail off just as fast.
And, you know, Safi off the claim 32%. So, again, you know, Defended, if she runs back to the race 2 back, she's got a huge chance. But that was a super watered down group 2 back. And she was at, I know she caught Emirates Affair last time.
Yeah.
She was dreadful at 3-1 too. It wasn't like she was 15-1. Yeah. Okay, now we're to the break. We'll take it now. When we come back, Ronnie's got the Rainbow, $350 in the estimated jackpot. 6 races left, 2 turf stakes. Stay tuned.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Happy Kentucky Derby Day to everybody. Come on out here to Gulfstream Park. We've got a huge day, a couple of turf stakes coming up, silks, and everything is packed. It's such a fun day here, and the Rainbow's a fun one as well. $350 in the estimated jackpot. Ronnie coming out for the opener. Let's take a look at his ticket.
Yeah, and again, tomorrow's mandatory. So fire away today, and tomorrow it has to pay out. You see, he doesn't have any strong opinions here. He's spreading race 7 in the Honey Rider. He's got Spirited Boss, Starship Impulsive, and Origami. Race number 8, Bold Looker in the mix there. Race 9, he's spreading. That's a tricky race on the Tapeta there. The 2, Chloe's Toy for Jen Young, looks to be pretty tough there. Race 10, just too deep. Royal Poppy and Sin for a Season. That's an interesting one, getting to the dirt. And then in the finale, Forged Steel, who will be a very short price, and I'm Due. They ran 1, 2, or 1 and 3 last time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ronnie's
like
a
it.
cagey guy. He's upping it to 64.80.
Yeah, I love it.
I like it on Derby Day here. All right, this race is not easy for my money. I don't see where you went here. We're at 5 on the Tapeta, state bred maiden special weight here, 3-year-olds and up. No changes, no scratches. The 2 and the 4 are going to be geldings. Just take note of that. The 4 is a first-time gelding. The 2 debuts as a gelding. Sticky McSchnicken. So you're on him today, I am not. I think that's the first time for both.
I think so too. This horse, this is my best bet because, as you mentioned, this is a tough race here, and I just feel like they're wheeling this horse back quick. Joe Orsino doesn't typically move horses like this, like put them in, just jam them in real quick, back again, and the cutback too. He's just kind of been a middling in his last few races. It's like he just. He's got the drive. He just doesn't finish it out. Maybe today we'll get it. Put him on the lead. He's 4 years old here in a field of all 3-year-olds.
Yep. He's the one older horse, so I do think that is significant.
Yep.
I'm on the 7 Grand Scam. I thought he ran up well enough on debut. Billionaires Row was odds on, and he was good. Danny Gargan bid 36% second maidens. I like the post too.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic post. This is a one that could be a big player.
Yeah,
as
the
well.
newcomer's a big player too. Cajun Gold for now Heather Smullen and West Point. Let's show you this 3-year-old son of Cajun Breeze. He's going to try the Tapeta. And, it's a solo drill, but he hummed over it pretty good.
He did, definitely. And this horse is probably, coming from California. Of course, they train a lot across the Tapeta there. John Sadler, not as much here, but this horse worked fine. It was these Tapeta works. It's funny. You see this 47 and 3 type of Breeze, and it's not much, doing it easily, so skipping across it very easily, but it's like it's a fast time, but it doesn't look it.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of deceiving, but at least the horse handles it well.
Yeah, and he worked again, too. If you print it out early like I did, he worked on 427, too. I think that's a good sign. First of 2 stakes is the 7th. It's the Honey Rider. We'll get to it in a second, but it kicks off the late pick 5. Let's take a look at Samantha's ticket, and then we'll get back into a fun one.
Yeah, we'll check it out here. It's a $27 play here. Race number 8. I do have the 2 on top. Race number 9. I scratch into the 2. I lost my top pick there, so I've got Chloe's Toy, and in race number 10 I've got the 1 Olga on top, and in the finale I'm just going to anchor down with Forged Steel.
All right, there we go, $27. The Honey Rider is the first of the 2 stakes for the 3-year-olds today. These are the fillies going at it at 1 mile. Again, the rail's at 66 feet. Scratch out the 7. She's high maintenance, and you are on the 3. You had this horse last time. You were waiting for the stretch out. We'll show you the stretch out. She almost kind of rebroke late. She was really good.
She was, and she's a big filly too. She really is, and so like you said, I'd just been waiting for her to finally stretch out, and she did. What a great progression Steve Dwoskin did with her, too, because she did win at 5 on the turf, and he still stretched her out. And a lot of people wouldn't do that. They say, oh, no. Leonel Reyes, he put up some quicker fractions, but she just, like you said, she just kept going, and it was fantastic. Now, the rails are at 66 feet here today. It should play even better for her.
I mean, we know now Solo Doro's a complete fraud, but she did it the right way. She looked swallowed up there on the far turn and kept going. Quickly to Spirited Boss.
Yes.
Hall of Fame ride here by a Hall of Famer, Javier Castellano. First time turf. That's all of a sudden a good thing for Jose D'Angelo. And then the Sanibel Island against a group that is a month better than what she's facing today. Forced into first run and held them all off.
This was on Derby Day, Florida Derby Day. And this move by Javier Castellano, I mean, she took him into it, Brian, but wow, this was just like, you love to have a horse like this under you that as soon as you barely punch the button, boom, you take off.
No doubt.
Classic Q won at Churchill this week, right?
When you can hold off Savetta, you are doing good work, too.
Is that I know you're
That is sarcasm.
Savetta is just, I'm done with Savetta.
Spirited Boss won by a half length. She was way better than a half length in that race, and she's going to be tough right back. Late 4 here in race number 8, a 1-turn mile on a fast main track, 62.50 at the bottom for 4 and up. Quickly to my ticket. It's a $36 ticket for me. 3 deep here. I lost a fringe player in race 9, but it is my long shot. Minxie in there on a speed pop. In race number 10, I'm going 3 deep. The 4 on top, and that is Sin for a Season. I have no knocks on Samantha's, single Ford Steel because he is so much the best horse, but he's way overbet every time. I'm on the 4 insubordination. $36 for me. Let's get back into what could be a difficult race. It's a gang race. They're all here. You are on the 2 Bold Looker, who's part of the game, looking at Roses, who's in here, won easily last time. You'll try to turn the tables.
This is a race that I want to throw the all ball at.
Couldn't agree with you more.
So look at our picks. I don't even have your top pick anywhere, but it's one of these races where you watch out. You can go anywhere. This horse at least faced a group like this. Is this one that's just going to cycle back? Maybe it's his turn.
Yeah, they never bet Major King. I hate making lines like this on horses that they never bet, and that's Major King. But he's 5-2 because the drop for him finally is overdue, and it's seismic.
Well,
never wins.
This race here, that day, it was our last mandatory Rainbow Day, and Uranium and
get me started on that.
Exactly. I have no idea. You deserved $1 million, honestly, if you had Uranium that day, and this horse ran 50. That was a weird race, though. I mean, if Uranium was winning and that horse was a huge price, it was like everybody was running in place.
Yeah, the Blue Slide Park was a heavy favorite. Tried to come up the fence. It didn't work.
I mean, there was just it was such a weird race, and things didn't shake out. It was kind of weird rides, too. I don't know.
Yep, but that group would drown this group today. Looking at Roses makes perfect sense off a demolition job last time at the level. Race number 9, late pick $3. Don't forget now, we're on 5 on the Tapeta. $10,000 claimer here for fillies and mares. 4 and up. Scratch the outside. That was that fringe player I mentioned. The 9 now showing. You are on the 2 Chloe's Toy. You want to talk about a gang race? They're all here again. Let's show it. I want to let you know my long shot is old Minxie, the 3 on a pop job here today. But Chloe's Toy just, was better than this group.
That's why I picked it now showing, because I didn't want to go back to this race. But not going to play today. Chloe's Toy, first off the claim, got back in action last time out with a win. And this horse is like a win and a 3rd or a 4th. A win and then a 4th and a 5th and then a 3rd and then a win.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. I think, like you talk more about Minxie. I mean, you don't want to be where she is right now.
No, and you don't have to pick Chloe's Toy. today.
You don't.
I know she's
Nope.
3-1, and she is she your favorite? I guess at least in the AM she
Right.
is. You don't have to pick her today. She's off the claim for Jen Young and Powder Pop. I have a lot of respect for the job they do and the placement that they put their horses. You're claiming off Victor Barboza. Easier said than done. That race is fine, but she just beat everybody by a half length. She has no edge here. Minxie, okay, to me is getting loose in here with a 10-pound apprentice.
Yep.
We're going to take a deep breath at the start. We're going to hope that we can last 56 seconds in front.
Hope so.
That's all.
That's
because
it,
that's her game. And now we get a huge, we get a weight break.
Yep.
She's dropping 10, 12 pounds. So we're just going to try to pop this
Right.
field. You just saw Founders Day. You just saw Fields of Green. They all make sense. Lita, the 6 is on a drop as well. I think you got to use her. Rainbow players are probably buying this race.
Whose turn is it today?
Exactly.
That's all this race is. Yep.
Couldn't agree with you more. Good luck in the 10th. This is a problematic race here. It's an optional claimer for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. It's another race. You could be all over the place, as our picks allude to.
Yep.
Hey, Olga finally found her group last time. I don't know if this is her group, but she's a big player.
But I don't know if it is
Yeah.
either, but if anything, she's coming off of
Yep.
a win. You get a Misael aboard. He's been aboard this mare in the past,
Yep.
so we'll see. I think that on her day, she used to be really good. Did we get on her day back? I'm not for sure, but maybe against a group like this, she'll be okay.
Yeah, and this is not a strong race.
Agreed.
For this kind of level.
Right.
So you could even make a case at the quarter in the thick of the championship meet on March 14th that she won last time. That group, Poema's solid.
Right.
So a group like that would fit with this kind of group today. I'm kind of on the newcomer, and I mean that because Sin for a Season didn't run on the turf last time. She was okay in her comeback, but that was behind Julie's Legacy we're going to see earlier.
Yeah.
Pleasant Embrace. Now with that race behind her and a turf tightener, I think she's in a good spot today. You're against her, I guess.
I am, just because there's a reason they put her on the grass course.
Yeah.
Like, she's 5 years old. Her best races were in 2023 and early 2024. She was running in the good track, which actually, I'm not sure how much moisture we're going to get today, as I was just looking at the sky, like that's going to tell me anything. But I do think that if there is some moisture in it, she's a way move up and might be one to play. But when you're trying a horse on the grass like this, and then you go back to dirt like 13 days later, I don't know.
She didn't run bad last time.
No. And the turf or the dirt?
On the turf.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if sometimes when they get on it and then they don't get kickback or something, and then they get kicked back again, they're like, whoa.
I got you.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're hoping to see the good girl today, huh?
Well, what do you do with this
I don't
horse?
know.
I
Got a race that would win this.
No,
she's
I'm not sure what.
Hit or miss.
Here's the thing. She's fresh.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah, she's got, like I said, a good race that would win this. I don't know if you're getting it today.
Yeah.
That remains to be seen. We haven't seen her in a while.
Sometime.
Good one to end the card. The English Channel for $80,000. The brother race of the Honey Rider earlier. These are just the 3-year-olds now. The Honey Rider with the fillies, 66 feet on the rails. We've got replays galore. Let's start with your single on the inside for Safi and C2. That's Forged Steel. You won't have to look hard to find him. He ran really well last time because look what's happening here. I wanted to show this early because here's Wakan, who's darn fast in his own right, nagging the heck out of him. In Classic, of course, is your winner taking advantage.
Classic, of course, is in at Churchill today,
Yep.
right? And you had Classic, of course, to say. This was a great pick by you. First time trying the turf and was a winner. Forged Steel, this is just his thing. He goes to the front, and the race 3 starts back. That was with Lasix, was so good.
Yeah.
And this horse, he doesn't give it up.
No, he was fighting.
Yeah, he fries everybody. Now the rails are at 66 feet here. That's huge.
Yeah, and he ran well without Lasix last time, and that's important. Classic, of course, in the worst grade 1 race I think I've ever seen at Churchill today, the American Turf. Shouldn't have a 3-year-old turf race as a grade 1.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
different subject, at least on May. Tank and win with. Well, let's get to my top pick actually.
Yeah,
first.
let's do it.
Insubordination, excuse me, off a long layoff for George Weaver. They bet him last time. He did add Lasix, but off an August layoff, he was really good, and we're going to show it to you right now.
Yeah, this was huge. Now this is a big ask to put a horse in this spot here, but this is a competitive race. I actually think that Jason Worth, the baseball star, and Mike Rapoli, they did a bet within themselves. Mike Rapoli had Benny the Waiter. Insubordination, they were going back and forth on Twitter about who would win, and Insubordination was just really nice this day. I think Benny the Waiter is nice, but we got a new cameraman of a bird. But Insubordination did really good, and he was wavering at the end, but that was off of a long layoff, like you said. So now you're back and you're tighter here.
Yeah, I can't believe I missed that on Twitter. Damn.
I'm sure you're heartbroken.
He's not going to run with Forged Steel, but I don't think he's going to let him get too far away either, and I like that. Now, Tank and we've got Tank and Win with Faith. Thank you. In a Tampa Stakes. Tank was good for Arundel and Carlos David. We'll show it to you here. This was, though, state-bred runners.
Yeah, and that kind of makes it a little bit different.
Yes.
This was their state-bred day,
yes,
right? Okay.
You're right.
So this race I don't think was the strongest of Florida bred, so it makes me very hesitant.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do here? You had Sindit Luis Saez on this horse the last 3 starts, and now you have Amiseo Jaramillo who sends it more. So what is Forged Steel going to do here?
Now, to be fair to Forged Steel, this horse on paper is about 8 to 10 lengths slower early. So Amisel's really going to have to get him
and
going.
It will fry him.
Yeah, exactly. He's fallen on the lead in these races where he's made the point. But he could be a little bit of a problem for Forged Steel if they get aggressive, and that's another reason why I think Insubordination could be interesting.
Yeah.
What a fun 11-race card. Don't forget the Rainbow at 350. We've got a lot in the lightning round. We'll start it with a first, and it was great to see Bo Chapman, assistant to Dallas Stewart, Jorge Delgado, and, of course, Safi Joseph Jr. picked up his first win yesterday. I talked to him afterwards. What a well-spoken, nice young kid.
Yeah, very, and it's great to have young people in the game. He had scratched this horse like the week before, I believe, and then this horse found his spot here. That's awesome. And what a fitting name for your first win.
There you go,
thankful.
right? Yeah, he was very appreciative, and I know either Ed or Phil, I believe, wrote a little something up. You can check that out on the website. It was just cool to see because it was I don't want to say a long time coming. He hasn't run. I think he told me he has 6 horses in the barn, but it was, he had run live horses that just didn't win. Don't forget now, the future wager for the Preakness closes today at 6 o'clock. That's obviously before the Kentucky Derby, so get involved with that.
Yes, absolutely. Very fun wager. There's some short. I think yesterday when I checked, there was $124,000 in the pool. There was about $24,000 bet on journalism to win.
Okay. Well, if you like him, that's your bet because, he'll be 4 to 5 likely in the Preakness.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah. And speaking of which, Samantha's all over journalism in the Derby 151. I am on, there's Samantha.
Yeah.
I'm on Sovereignty, just a better price.
All right. And the big X factor here is the weather. And I went through it. Yes, there's maybe 1 or 2 horses that have faced a muddy track, not even sloppy, muddy. So this is
total guess.
It's very, very interesting. I'm excited for everybody who's there. Just to be there is awesome, and good luck to all of our local connections.
Yeah, including Burnham Square.
Oh yeah, and in Burnham Square, Ron's been on this horse for a long time. Pay attention today to maybe some lighter-bodied horses like Burnham Square, like Sandman. These horses, when they have that lighter frame, they tend to skip over.
Sure.
And who's the horse that's the Flying Mohawk?
Flying Mohawk.
Tapeta horse and a grass horse, but when they get to the mud sometimes, I'm just, for underneath, if you want to play something fun, the Superfecta is always fun on Derby Day.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to be sure. And your odds are your odds now because you're talking about $8 million in the win pool already. You can't really Sovereignty was sitting up there at 9 to 1. You can't really move anymore where there's that much money in the pool.
Yeah.
A big bet is not going to do that much as we're.
Is the air show down here today?
That's right. The air show is this weekend. Mandatory Rainbow tomorrow.
Yes.
Don't forget that. Prognosticating about $3 million in the pool. It'll be a big number today as well. But regardless of what happens today, all things must go tomorrow.
Love it. Super fun.
Yep, absolutely. 9-race card tomorrow. Best bet for you?
Ooh, Sticky McStickins.
Oh, look at that. All
How about that?
On the cutback today, I am, I always forget these. Where am I?
know.
Oh, that's right.
There
Julie's
you go. Julie's Legacy.
She's in
We
a
get
good
the good
spot.
version of her. She's good
Yeah,
today.
on the drop. Excuse me. How about your long shot? 15 to 1, right? Carlos David?
No, it's Smart Jenny.
Smart Jenny, okay.
Yeah.
She's going to qualify.
I think so.
I think so.
I
There's a
wouldn't-
scratch.
don't-
but
I wouldn't take anything less than 6 to 1 on her.
Agree, totally. And I'm, where am I?
you?
Oh, I'm on Minxie.
Oh,
Little
yeah.
speed
Good
pop
one.
with Minxie.
And you had
at
a nice
8 to
long
1.
shot on Thursday.
I
Win
did,
the finale.
Yeah. Thank
Congrats.
you. That I forgot to bet while I was on the road. So
No,
oh,
it happens
what are
when
you
you're
gonna
touring
do?
with Pearl
That's
Jam.
it. Pete's upstairs. Fun 11 race double turf stakes card Derby day. We hope to see you out here. Pete's upstairs. Ronnie coming out for the opener.